everyone to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 32. My name is Sam Lander, I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zer, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars Druid.
My name is Valric, playing Elrose, the Battlemaster Fighter. Sorry for almost being late.
Hi, I'm Suda, playing Grisha, and gods, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts.
I am Sadie, playing the Barbarian Paladin, who now has smites.
I'm Inter, playing Kriar the Monk.
I'm Ashes, I play Iberkeet the Wizard.
We open on a tableau. Before you stands a seemingly impossibly tall figure. An extra elbow on both arms and an extra knee on both legs extend their length unnaturally. Her skin absorbs all light, hiding her curves, except in profile, giving her the impression of a missing dimension. Pearlescent white moth wings sprout from her back. If seen in peripheral vision, they flutter, suspending her form midair. When seen straight on, the wings are impossibly, unnaturally still. A Cheshire grin splits an otherwisingly featureless face. Mushrooms sprout in a perfect circle around both her and the suspended Risha. To the left stands Zari, instinctively drawing her hammer. An ephemeral scorpion in the colors of autumn glow behind her, making her appear to everyone else as a giant scorpion centaur. To the right sits the masked form of Iberkeet, rising slowly from her seat. Ghostly plate mail clings to her form, its corroded metal dropping rings as she stands. Next to Sari, Anya cowers away from the black form. As she moves away, immaterial white manacles that bind her arms and legs fade from view. Next to Iberkeet, Raija stands, drawing her bow reflexively from her pack as she leans closer to Iberkeet to retrieve it. The ethereal brass scales cover her humanoid skin, glowing with red firelight. Risha, as Mab's hand enters your chest, gripping your heart and squeezing it, but it is not physical pain you feel. You feel the weight of every disappointment you have perpetuated in your life. The time you spent 3 weeks learning how to pickpocket, and the last time you finally had it down, you tripped and fell on an untied shoelace. The time you showed up 2 hours late 2 hours late when you promised Zara you'd try out her new recipe, and then complained it was cold. The time you borrowed a book from Kriar that you were totally going to read, and instead you fenced it to Vax because you hadn't met your quota that week. The time that you promised the woman who took away your nightmares that you wouldn't let Rowan die, that you would make sure, no matter what, that he would live, and yet he is gone.
I thought we did it. We did our best. I promise.
Risha, what did you do?
I didn't know.
This child promised me that she would save Rowan, that Rowan would live, and yet Rowan is gone. Gone from this world.
Zari throws her head back and laughs openly. Oh man, I knew you Fae were arrogant. I didn't know you were stupid too.
The Cheshire grin turns to face you, Zari, and Risha is moved so that she no longer blocks your view of her. Stupid child.
You gave the task to Risha to save someone, a task that she needed others to do, when she is the when she is the one to communicate the least to the rest of her party. What did you think would happen?
I thought she would succeed. I thought she would give me everything that I wanted because I gave her. And her hand reaches up with its extra jointed fingers. Her other hand reaches up with its extra jointed fingers and caresses Risha's hair back gently. Risha, there's now a streak of color in your hair that wasn't there before. I'll let you figure out what color it is. And a third arm reaches up and slowly wraps around one of Risha's legs.
You should have come to one of us. You should have come to me.
But you...
We stopped it.
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
I thought we stopped it.
The form turns you somehow without letting go, and you face the southern sky and see the twinkle on the horizon that wasn't there before. A fourth hand reaches up, holding your chin so that you can't look away. What will you give me? Since you all have failed me, since this one cannot be depended on, what will you give me, children of the prime material?
You wanted Rowan's soul, right?
I wanted Rowan to feel his punishment. Feel how much he's disappointed me. And Risha in her chest feels an extra squeeze. This time actually physically hurting. Take 3 points of psychic damage.
Could you not please not hurt our friend?
But she's hurt me so very much. And you guys all watch as the now 5 arms gather Risha in close to this creature's chest.
Well, then you definitely should have come to me, because I had my own bones to pick. I was willing to walk him straight into your court, and yet you never approached me.
You have another. You follow another.
Doesn't mean we can't talk.
Zari, this is the first moment that you notice that there's 2 scorpion claws that are the size of your torso, like out kind of in front of you.
Doesn't mean we can't talk. One deity to another. One greater power to another. Speaking through the vessels.
I am not a deity. My niece is one, was one, will be one. But I am not. I am but a servant, here to protect, here to guard the prime material from the outer, to keep separate, this inner place from that outer place. I can talk to those who have the right attitude to listen. And Risha, you feel a lover's kiss on your earlobe that has just a little bit of shark tooth bite to it. And the Cheshire grin grows. What do you offer me? Oh shoot, what's the name of the name of the spirit that you follow, Zari? My brain just completely blanked.
Mother Scorpion.
What do you offer me, scion of Mother Scorpion? What gift will you give to make up for the failing of this one that I love? And
You want someone to punish? I want to get the person who ordered Rowan to attack my love. I'm betting they're the same. I'm betting they are at least the same person or work for the same person.
Yes, but that you would willingly give. A sixth arm reaches out, poking to the edge but never crossing it of the now fully formed phase circle beneath her, and points directly, somehow one finger pointing at two creatures across from each other, but them you would not. Who would you sacrifice? And she's pointing at Raja and Anya. Oh, go for it, Elros. There's been plenty of conversation for that. What?
All right. So how it works is I can tell what their strength, dexterity, constitution, armor class, current HP, or fighter class levels, if any, compared to my own.
You
Whether
pick one. You pick, or is it everything?
I think you have to pick one.
You
is
have
it
to
stronger
pick-
than me?
Yeah, I was basically gonna see what, because obviously HP is higher. I was gonna see strength score.
And it's only if it's higher or lower or matching.
Okay, thank you. Lower strength score.
Okay.
That one's already committed to another Fae. You know that. Unless you took her contract.
This one did mention that she wanted a way free of that contract. I cannot buy that so much from her, but one can pick two on the list. Okay, pick the other one,
Yeah.
Elros.
Armor class.
Higher.
Okay. You. I'm gonna ready an action on top of that.
Okay. What action would you like to ready, and what is the trigger?
If I think at any moment that she is going to try to kill Risha, I am immediately throwing a hand axe with a security die on it.
Okay. Give me an insight check, please, then, Elros.
I'd like to do an insight on our two companions to see their general state of being faced with the Queen of the Winter Court.
Okay. Yes. With a 13, Raja has her bow drawn, but is looking resolute. And Anya looks like a cat that has found the smallest place that they can hide in and is currently like hissing at the hand reaching for them, like the tiniest of kitties.
The spicy kittens.
The spicy kittens that are feral and are
I'll just interpose
between
Anya and the Queen.
choose one child or decide not to make a choice.
Would you rather not have something from me?
What can you offer that is worth the dragon?
Why do you want a dragon?
They know what they did. Or at least they should. If they are being taught correctly, they know what they do. And Anya looks ashamed and Raja looks confused.
Well, obviously one of them doesn't. So why don't you tell all of us?
That's a tale for another to tell. I am here to collect my payment, and lacking a dragon to take, I'll just take this one. Elros, that's gonna trigger your held action, probably. I'll let you choose no, but that sounds really, really threatening, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Go for it.
Man, this thing is so laggy today.
17 will miss. So the hand axe into the ground behind the creature, having passed through the face circle, but not actually having touched the form. Oh, you are fun, aren't you? Here, let me give that back to you. What your AC is 17. Do D20 plus. Oh, miss. So a pitch black hand axe comes flying at you, Elros, but lands in the ground next to you without touching you.
Okay, so as she's distracted by that, Zari is going to rip off her holy symbol that's hanging on a necklace around her neck and thrust it at Mab into the circle.
Okay.
What should I do?
I don't know. Are you activating class feature? Or are you just presenting your holy symbol?
I'm presenting my holy symbol, but I don't have any turn ability.
Turn ability or anything. All right.
I'm just hoping it'll scare her because she doesn't know that much about me.
You fine.
I'm bluffing.
Make an intimidation check.
I thought ancients had a turn fey.
That's not very good. So you thrust, and as you move forward, the scorpion between your legs, around you, moves forward too, and as you thrust the holy symbol through the barrier is not exactly the right word. Your hand
Perimeter.
your hand grows cold as if you stuck it out through the window on the coldest of a winter night. And one of the arms reaches over and slowly caresses your hand. And it feels warm, but the warmth of the last moments before somebody freezes to death. We're not technically in initiative, but we'll give everybody a chance to act at this point.
Then I'll attack.
All right. To get within melee range, you're going to have to cross into the circle. So we'll cover that. But yeah, go ahead and make your attacks. $15 will miss. 22 will not. So thrown javelins lance out.
Oh,
sorry. Oh, no,
I
Ron?
was wanted to do quarter staff melee.
Okay.
Same damage though, same stats.
Same stats. Okay. So you go up and like this creature is not where you think she is. Something weird about the extra limbed arms or something, and she's just not where you thought she was going to be. So your first swing goes wide. Your second one, though, hits her torso just above the belly button and shatter like glass hit in a freeze frame. You see her form shattered around like exploding glass out behind. But she stands almost unconcerned, and the form it's so like bits of glass in a freeze frame blowing out from behind her form.
Can you make a con save for me? Stunning strike.
All right, Constitution. 23.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Two hands misses.
Miss and miss. And as you complete your attack, standing here next to her, you find yourself cold. Like, just in those few seconds, you can just feel the chill of the air surrounding.
Then I'll move back.
Yep, you can do that. You step back out of the Fey ring into the relatively warm, humid air around you of this fall evening.
I'm
To be
going
so
to
loved.
cast Enhance Ability Eagle's Splendor on Zari.
Okay, you now have advantage on charisma.
Charisma check.
Zari.
Ignore the temp HP. That's for a different thing.
Yeah, Constitution, I believe.
And Lumi will turn night sky-ish color
Sure.
with an archer constellation on his form.
Gonna take a starry shot.
Whiz wide.
Yeah. A complete miss. Other than your sobbing laughter, Risha, anything you're doing?
Nope.
Okay. Ashes?
Like, what's my situation? I'm like levitating with ghost armor.
You're not levitating, but you just probably gotten up from a seated position next to like where the fire and where you were.
Okay, so I'm not like restrained in any way.
No, you're not. You just you haven't noticed it, but everybody else sees a set of plate mail that's corroded that is attached to your form.
You have a JoJo stand.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit one of the arms with a chromatic orb.
Okay.
The one holding Risha or one of the ones holding Risha specifically.
All right.
Level 4 spell slot.
Hoi. Is that an attack or is that a save?
It's an attack roll.
14 will not hit.
Well, crud.
So this, what color was the orb?
It was lightning, so
Blue, cerulean
bluish
blue?
white.
Yeah. So you guys hear a crackling blue orb fling out from Iberkeet and pass over Mab's head.
Alright, that's all I can do. So I'm not going to try to talk or anything.
Ah. Who will make a choice? Who will sacrifice? What will sacrifice? What sacrifice will nobody be willing to make and yet have to anyway? That's your action. Oh, wait, I should probably roll for... So, since this has gone somewhat violent, Raija will shoot an arrow. Will miss with an arrow. I think she only has one attack, though. Yes, okay. That goes wide. And... somebody roll a D... Well, no, I should roll a D20 with Anya's stats. Well, I'm going to do this the right way. That would be a... yeah, wisdom. You all watch Anya's face go blank. And tears start rolling from her eyes as she slowly stands up and starts pulling herself together and starts slowly, stumbly walking towards the circle.
Hand on shoulder. No.
Give me a opposed athletics. Or, yeah, athletics. I can go athletics or acrobatics because I'm the opposer. Athletics is worse, so we'll go... So her shoulder ducks underneath and she moves past you. And
Is she under influence of a spell?
Arcana? No active spells. As she approached, you can see, as black as Mab is, Vanta black, if you're familiar with it, as black as Mab is, there are manacles binding Anya's wrists and ankles together that are as white without shedding any light as Mab is black. And Anya hesitates at the threshold of the circle. All right, your guys' go. Who's doing what?
I'm gonna rush and take Anya.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull her back.
Again, that's a opposed athletics versus acrobatics roll. Roll your athletics.
Oh, that's really bad.
Oh, I'm worse though. So you tackle Anya. And you have her held to the ground. Her face is... If you've ever looked upon the face of somebody who has decided their fate and is dead inside, their soul has died from it, that is the face that is on Anya's face. That was a weird way to put that. But you have her pinned to the ground.
How about you take me instead?
Ooh. Your new friend.
I'm the physically strongest here.
Your new friend, Risha, would sacrifice himself to save the life of the freedom of a dragon, or your freedom itself. Tell me, Risha, would you accept that sacrifice?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, Elros. She has said no. Who's next? That will absolutely hit.
Okay, 11 damage.
Okay.
And a con save, please.
Con save? Okay. 20?
Why do you roll so high?
That will also hit.
And a con save, please.
So, total of 16 damage that round?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. Also again 20. There are shards of glass, black, Vanta black glass filling the area behind her now. And she has only 4 arms. This part, only 4 of them. Not. That will also hit.
Dex save, please.
Dex save. 22. 8, 16.
And that will miss.
3 and 16 will miss, yes. All right, and then you are able to disengage freely.
Yep. Going to my key points really fast, though.
So Zari's little gambit didn't pay off. So Zari's gonna rage.
Go for it.
And going to go reckless attack.
Yep. 25 will hit.
And let's see, going to add a smite to it.
Oh, jeez.
Is your rage damage also included in that?
Yes, it is. I haven't rolled damage yet.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I
So
think
let's see.
I think there's a toggle where you can, when you click, you can add feature damage. Maybe, possibly.
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Doop doop doo. Just a moment. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. It is. Where's a calculator? Okay, I'm gonna roll it here. Advanced roller. Um. Two D6 plus. Okay, well, okay. I'm just gonna
Roll the damage, then
Do-
roll the smite on the end.
do this first. Okay, not that good. But then
6 plus 2. Okay. Okay.
8
8
plus 11.
plus your strength plus your rage.
Yeah, 8 includes strength plus rage.
So that 8 was just a 6 plus a 2 for your 2d6.
No, it was a 1 plus a 1 plus a 4 for normal damage, plus
that
2
one.
for rage damage.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
Okay.
And then-
to 8. That okay, so that was total. Okay, I was misunderstanding how that worked. All right.
yep, it was, and then 11 radiant damage from
So-
the smite.
So 19 total damage. Okay. So as your hammer swings in, Zari, you hit her in the hip, and the legs shatter out from under her. Just infinite pieces of shattered black glass. And it is now the inside of this place is now obscured. But her wings hold her aloft.
And then second attack.
Go for it.
It is still reckless, so I still get advantage.
Yep.
18 hits.
18 hits.
And let's see. How many spell slots do I have? I believe it's 2.
I think so.
Yep. So
Smite.
adding the smite to that one too. That's better. That is
15.
the base damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those was a 1.
1. So you then swing at this torso that is flying in the air and shatter one of the arms that interposes itself between you and it. And yeah.
You want to try to make a deal now? I got more where that came from.
Are you staying in melee with her, or are you pulling away?
I am staying in melee with her. Oh, and rage activated. So, Risha, get 3 temp hit points. Cold.
Woohoo!
Yes, I have my own cold. It's a different cold.
Zari, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, that wasn't too good.
Zari, I would like you to gain 1 level of exhaustion, please.
Let's see.
was my action to try to stop Anya, or was...
And that was last turn.
Okay. Then Lumi will sigh heavily, furrow his brow, and start charging up a very big spell.
Okay.
He will cast Guiding Bolt at 4th level.
Okay. That is a miss.
I'm using my inspiration for that one because I want that one to connect.
Fair enough. Roll it again. 22 will hit.
For 17 damage. There were a lot of ones in there.
Okay.
And the next attack
Has advantage.
Advantage.
Yep. Another of the arms shatters off.
$17 damage on 76.
That's
I feel cheated.
painful. All right. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
Well, I guess since it looks like combat against this thing is actually effective, I'm not going to go with my desperation tactic, and I'm going to throw another chromatic orb at it.
Okay.
Remember advantage.
Yes, you have advantage.
All right then.
I think we're up to 79 total damage you guys have done.
Both 19s.
Oh, jeez.
One couldn't have been a 20.
So we're up to 80, 96 damage. The only thing visible left in this space filled with shattered black glass is the hand and wrist in Reese's chest and the grinning Cheshire mouth. Risha, do you have an action? I think you're the last one to go.
Indeed. She's gonna get very quiet, whispering, "No, no," and then just suddenly scream, "Stop! Stop loving me so much!
Oh, jeez.
Don't do this!" And I'm gonna pull out my dagger and hover it over my chest and just weep. I've never been worth it. And just completely relapse from there. And that's it.
The grinning mouth approaches your forehead, Risha, and gives you the gentlest of gentle kisses. And you feel yourself lowered to the ground in the center of this fey ring. And you guys are suddenly alone? The ring is empty. It is still there. Mushrooms of every shape and size make it up. Just slightly off of the road. And Risha sits curled, nearly fetal, in the center of this space. Weeping, Anya sits just outside of it, wailing, nearly silently, tears streaming down her face. And quiet. Do you guys realize that it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes for autumn crickets to start singing, for the last few calls of the evening birds calling out, asking for a mate, calling for their children. Silence reigns with the return of sounds, the sound of nature that you guys didn't realize you were missing.
Well, this calls for a roaring campfire. Danger of being spotted, be damned.
So, what's the story behind that then? Raija says, putting her bow away, staring.
I don't know. Let's ask Anya, because you apparently don't know why she wants a dragon.
You get no response from Anya. Like, she is.
No questions asked tonight, the next night, or the night after that.
She is catatonic in a way you haven't seen her in a while.
Food. Start readying the ingredients. I'm going fishing. And Lumi takes 10 steps off the camp and just, to put it in a cartoony way, yes, giant crab going fishing.
What are the rest of you doing?
Elros is going to keep an eye on Anya.
Zarya is sitting down, having spent everything she has, and is exhausted.
Question.
Yes.
Still raging?
No, I can't.
Rage ended with the end of attacking, so.
Yep.
No longer underneath that spell.
Yo. Okay. Just. I kind of thought we were, but maybe that spell was big. I don't know.
It was big, but it was like. Last I felt it was like 4 days ago.
Yep. Elros, after a few minutes, Anya starts like moving to like gather herself. She's not like if you try to hold her down, like she's not resisting you at all. For anything you do, but she's definitely like moving again underneath her own power. Describing.
Elros would have let her go. He's just
Right.
keeping an eye on her. Just
Right.
not saying anything.
Every once in a while, you guys all catch her very furtive glances at Risha. Risha, did you ever leave the fairy ring? Are you still in it?
Nope.
So Anya like will look up and look over and then like look away as soon as she sees your form in the center of it. There is a very fine coating of fairy dust in the bottom of this ring. And covering Risha for that matter.
Risha, come on, sit by the fire.
All she does is curl tighter, pulling her cloak down her head.
Okay, so that was a lot. There was stuff there. I don't know that I trust opening up. I don't know that I trust getting her out, but it feels like a bad idea to leave Risha in the ring where the scary black form was. You said that was Mab.
Or at least a projection of her. I doubt she would actually come here.
her history is probably not great. Anybody can give me history roll? Or actually, her history's pretty good, but she rolled terrible. 20.
Should it be religion? Same. Plus.
Yeah. This is definitely a history, not a religion. Fae are not. I mean, they are not part of religion, although they are sort of thing. But with a 20, both Cryor and Iberkeet, Mab. If that were all of Mab that were here, this would now be a shoot. There would be an extension of the Feywild here because she couldn't bring her whole of herself into the prime material plane and not leave behind a very large like effect. I'm trying to think what it's called in manifest zone. Like it would leave behind basically a manifest zone if you're familiar with those from Eberron.
So a part of Fae in this realm.
Yes. Where the gap between them is 0 and you are in both at the same time. That is not the impression you got. There's just a mushroom fairy ring.
What happens if I pick the mushrooms?
Are you trying to pick a edible one, an inedible one, or a poisonous one? Or sorry, just picking one?
All of them.
Okay, give me a nature check, please. You grab 3 mushrooms. You look at them, and you're sure one of them is a true morel mushroom, which are not native to this part of the world and are supposed to be a delicacy. One of them, you're thinking is a false morel mushroom, and it's not edible, but it's not pleasant if you eat it, and don't like if you were to cook it up and eat it. And you pick what you think is a poisonous false morel mushroom that is highly toxic, and any portion of it that is ingested will cause, at the very smallest amount, somebody to spend an afternoon in a toilet, and at larger amounts, like rapid dehydration due to lack of bowel control. And you look at them and go, oh yeah, and this is the no, but this is the man. They look similar.
Cool. I bet someone will pay for these.
Mark yourself 3 mushrooms of morel ?
Does anything happen to the ring?
It's still there. It's a little less obvious that it's there now. The perfect ring of fairy dust still remains inside of it. Or sorry, yeah, fairy dust, right?
Yeah, you said fairy dust.
I'm thinking Tinkerbell, but it's black.
I'll just destroy the rest of the mushrooms around it.
It's no work at all. Like mashing them up with your feet. Your feet are left covered in mushroom slime.
Not with my feet. I'm barefooted, so
fair enough.
With my javelin or quarterstaff.
Right. Okay. You take a tool and you smash these mushrooms, and it's just slime that's left in a now vague ring shape that kind of blends into the grass. And Risha still lays curled up in the center of it.
Very dust remains.
It's disturbed where you've kicked it and moved it from when you were trying to smash up the mushrooms.
Okay.
The wind that blows through this area doesn't seem to pick it up and carry it away.
Risha, do you want to be moved?
Her only response is a gentle sob.
Okay, Zari picks her up, scoops her up, damsel style, and lays her in her on her sleeping bag.
As you do, Zari, you find yourself covered in pixie dust. And
Achoo.
yeah, with a sneeze, there's a puff, and you are covered with fairy fire for a few moments, and your level of exhaustion leaves.
Ah, cool.
You guys are about 4-6 hours outside of town at this point. Sorry, Ashes, I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I was reacting to my cat clawing me.
Ah, that's fair. Kitties. You guys are 4 to 6 hours outside of Ava. If you left now, you could make it there before midnight, but it would be a rough remainder of your travel. Or you could sleep here for the night.
Yeah, I think we'll sleep here and start fresh tomorrow.
So, guys, we got a question. Are we going to stay a week in this town, or are we gonna stay a night and then head on to the big city?
Is this place safe? Raja asks.
Safe enough for now until Georgie and whoever else figures out which way we went and tries to follow us.
You said you told people that.
Yeah, we told people that we're going to the big city at the coast.
Yeah, but we didn't tell them which direction and when we would be leaving and how long we would be staying places. There's a lot of variables on how we get there.
This is the only other city between it.
I was just gonna mention that.
It doesn't matter where we stay.
I vote we stay a night in a nice bed, in a nice inn, and then leave the next day. Maybe we grab a cart and a donkey or something and make the travel a little easier. The road between here and the coast should be more guarded and less monster strewn.
Yeah, Haifa is. No offense, but your hometown is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why we like it.
Fair enough. I mean, it felt like the last vestiges of civilization as I was coming out here were Ava. It's not 100% true, but you go a day in any direction and you find wilderness. How do people live like this?
Well, we work the land, shape it to our needs, and just make the best of it.
I'm gonna have to. If somebody needs to take you to a big city someday,
I should take
actual
you out to
city.
one. I should take you out to one of the nomad camps.
She shrugs. About this
You-
time, Anya has collected herself and currently has pulled back her sleeve and has put her right hand into the cook fire and is just slowly roasting her hand, staring into the flickering fire.
And
I-
I pull her back.
Are you trying to die again?
No response.
Okay, we got two blithering sacks of emotion. Oh, wonderful.
Raja kind of asides to Zari and goes, "Is this normal for her?"
For Risha or Anya?
Honestly, either.
Risha, no. But I assume having a Fey Queen grasp your heart without touching the bits in between is pretty shocking. And Anya, since we found her, kinda. It's off and on.
What happened to her?
Well, from what we have been able to parse out, she made a deal with the Fae to get a magic item, to give them a magic item that then got turned into a god. So she was unable to fulfill that contract. They cursed her to be unable to transform unless she dies, and if she does die, she doesn't stay in her dragon form the whole time. And then she traveled to her father's lair, first by boat, but then was lost and had to go the rest of the way through snowy mountains. And after Griffith died, she stayed up there for 18 years, not coming down because I don't know. And then we found her, brought her down, and she's sort of regressed to that of, I don't know, what do you call a child dragon? Wormling?
She cheers up though if once she's eating.
It's not as simple as Zari makes it sound, she says, sticking her hand back in the fire. Someday, daughter, I'll tell you the whole story, but after what I have gathered is a couple hundred of years in captivity, you don't come back all there, and you're willing to take deals that you might not otherwise have taken. And when you have the entire summer court prompting you to take the deal that sounds like such a good idea, you're going to remove a blight upon the world, turn a city from that of corruption and torment and slavery into a city of light and hope. Seems like such a good idea. And then the adventurers come along and save the black villainous dragon from herself, from me, and leave you in the middle of the plains with nothing to do and nowhere to go because your mother, the arrogant bitch that she is, decides to interpose herself where you can't take her, and you're not willing to murder your own mother. So you flee. You flee from your responsibilities. You flee from your life. You hope, you pray that you find a place that is safe. And a place that is safe you find for a while until some other adventurers come along and tell you that there's something more important in the world, something better for you, and you find that it's fun to talk with people again. It's fun to find friends again. It's fun to find yourself again, at least for a little while. Risha, look at me.
She slowly and gently peers out from under her hood with a single eye.
Do you think that everything that we've done since I found you has been worth it?
She seems to sink back into herself in thought, gives one slow, gentle nod, and recovers herself again.
Anya starts speaking in Draconic. And Raja freezes. And Raja's face, like shock, starts coming over her face. And then Anya starts speaking in Sylvan. And those of you who can speak Sylvan, and Risha, I don't know if you can speak Sylvan or not, but Risha, you also understand this. And Anya is saying, Mab, Queen of the Winter Court, Protector of the Realm, Heart of Cold, Queen of Wind and Darkness, I pledge my life to you until you give me back to your sister, until you return me to the one that held me in captivity. I give myself up freely and of my own free will. And Anya vanishes, leaving all of her gear behind.
Well then.
Vanishes as instant move, or
Yeah. I mean, unless you try to interrupt her as she's talking. Yeah, just like her clothes collapse down and she's gone.
What did she say to you?
She said she was sorry for being a mother worse than her own.
Sorry, rest a hand on Rava's shoulder and then walks away to the campfire to start preparing a meal.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There are a fairly large number of fish that Lumi has. Lumi, you would have been coming back and like with your last load about the time this was happening. And yeah, there's like 15 or 20 fairly large fish.
Can I check what actually happened to her? Like, did she accept the deal and vanished into the Fae or something like that?
Arcana? I don't think you recognize either language, but yeah, Arcana.
Nah.
She said something in two different languages that aren't Fan and then disappeared. You don't know if she cast a spell or what.
I got the spell Misty Step, but I know that takes my clothes with me.
Yep, that was not it. Raja sits down and kind of stares into the fire. Risha, you feel a warm hug travel over your body. And you feel whole in a way that you didn't 5 minutes ago. As if all of your debts are paid.
The guilt still settles over. She begins sobbing silently, shaking gently with the sobs.
Crab will skitter over to Risha, awkwardly try to curl a claw around her, then just wiggle its entire body, and Lumi will be there hugging Risha. There, Risha.
The fire.
So,
Go ahead.
seems Anya didn't take my no as a no.
I feel.
Risha tries to tell you what happens, but all that comes out is.
Suda, take inspiration. I think she thought that she was making a choice. Maybe she thought she was making the only choice she could. I have questions I need to ask. And people I need to ask them of.
If those people are us, feel free to ask. We'll answer as best we can.
The she smiles but without exposing any of her teeth. She goes, "No, the people I need to ask are west of here. About 3 weeks flight. And since I can only carry about one of you, I think I'll go alone. I would have liked to travel with you to visit the capital and get a much easier flight back, but I need to talk to my mother, and I do not have sending. Sorry, I need to talk to my grandmother, apparently.
Yeah. She raised you. She's your mother.
Accurate. Thank you for saving my life, I guess.
You're welcome. Now we get to figure out what to do.
She offers each of you either a handshake or a hug in turn, how she thinks best fits. And then she separates herself from your camp far enough to transform.
Before that, I will give her my remaining dragon scales of her dad.
Thank you, that's kind.
As a reminder, I guess.
Do you have any scales from my mom?
Did I find?
Do you have any brass scales?
I got brass and silver.
Then yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I'll give just all the scales.
She takes them and puts them into a pouch at her belt. And then yeah, she leaves camp far enough to transform.
Hey, Serval, save this one for you, and Lumi will hold up one of the slightly rarer river fish. Not as big as the others, but Kind of like trout or salmon, and the rest are like cod or
Right.
something.
And Serval takes the fish from you and pads off into the night, and you see them leap upon the now brass dragon's shoulders, kind of hunker down and start licking the flesh off the bones of the fish, and a heavy woof of air as Raija takes off and heads into the falling sunset. You guys see her turn to the south after a short distance and then continue off to the southwest.
Just hope she has the wherewithal to stay clear of hi-fi and dragon form.
Oh, I don't think they need a dragon anymore.
Not for that thing, but maybe other things.
Dragon shard is a dragon shard. Okay, so what do we do, guys?
Get some sleep.
Okay.
Was a lot to take in today, so
Good cooking, Zari.
Thank you.
good fishing.
Had a thought a couple of weeks ago. It seems to work.
I'll take first or last watch. If nothing else, what we're gonna do.
I'll take first. I need to clear my head before I bed down, so...
Then I'll take the last, so I have sunshine again.
Zara will take third watch.
All right, who's taking second?
Elros or Eberkeet? I don't think Risha's in the...
No, I'm not gonna bother Risha with it.
I can, but I don't have dark vision if that matters.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
We got a fire anyway, so...
Well, my owl has, like, really far dark vision.
All right. First watch taker. Give me your perception check, please. As the night grows dark and your friends finally settle to sleep, you find yourself staring into a night sky that is both intimately familiar and utterly wrong.
Yeah, I'm spending most of my watch trying to figure out how to transcribe the new things in the sky.
Millions, billions, trillions of pinpricks of light rest on the southern horizon, glittering, shining. A band of darkness falls over a portion of them and slowly follows it. As the night grows darker, the band grows darker. You can see a delineation line forming and then passing across. There's a motion there that stars do not have. You're not sure if it's spinning or they're winking in and out of existence or what, but you find yourself disturbed by the night sky you no longer know. Otherwise, the watch passes without issue.
I think I'll do a boot the first sleeping bag that is Risha and one of the other ones I know wanted a thing, so I will let the dice see if it's Ibrikit or Elros.
Sure.
Odds are Elrose, evens are Ibrukit. Apparently, I boot Ibrukit's foot as I'm plodding off for a sleeping bag.
All right. Well, I get up.
Your owl is like out, right? It's not in hammer space.
Right.
So your owl sits, like, hops down and like stands next to you and just does that like curious owl look that they kind of have.
With the head tilt.
Yeah, with the head tilt. Give me your perception check, please.
My perception is...
Or your owl's. Either way.
Oh.
Whichever's better.
That's likely to be the owl because it has advantage.
It has advantage, but I have a better score.
Score?
Well, it has advantage on seeing and hearing, specifically.
Right. So, with some silent flaps of its wings, your owl takes off and flies a lazy circle around your camp. And you find yourself with the slowly dying embers of firelight casting its light into the night. You, being an interior person who isn't nearly as familiar with the night sky, do not find it so disturbing as Lumi did. It's almost curious the way the few winks of light that you see flash and then go away. Whatever it is, fully now in shadow and darkness, and just the rare flash of light sparking in the night. Never bright enough to illuminate the countryside, but noticeable. And every once in a while, a falling star in the southern horizon streaks across. And otherwise, the watch passes without incident or concern.
Yeah. That sounds good. So I wake up. Who's the last watch?
Third watch was Zari,
Yes.
and then last watch was
That makes
Prior.
sense. Oh, there's 4 watches.
Yes.
Okay. So I go wake her up and then go back to sleep if I can.
Zari, you
Zari's
find
dice are not hot.
no. You find yourself lost in your own thoughts. You add some more fire to the wood to the fire, or honestly, probably not actually wood. You call it wood because it's more pleasant to think of that way. And you poke at it a little bit to stoke it up. And you find yourself staring into the depths of the fire, remembering Anya reaching her hand in, always unconcerned with the heat. You reach for it yourself, and you almost touch the fire, and then you pull your hand back, the smell of warmed leather reaching your nostrils. And you don't notice the silence around you until you do. And then it passes. And the night once again sounds with the sounds of calling frogs and insects of the night. And your watch passes without incident. Gonna wake up Crier?
Yes.
I'll take the last watch.
You hear the sounds of your friends in their sleep. The familiar half snore of Zari that seems to get stronger and weaker depending on the mood that is currently taking her dreams. The almost whimper that Risha makes as memories flash through her dreaming night. The still form of Iberkeet. You're not actually sure what you're seeing in Iberkeet, but you're seeing something. And Lumi's fitful rolling. And the dawn breaks, and you build the fire back up for breakfast. And after the weeks and weeks of rainfall, despite the fact that it is nearly freezing outside now because fall is fast approaching, this bright, sunny morning has you hopeful for the future, almost. Has you feeling something that you haven't felt in a while. Just feeling the warmth of the sun upon your skin, seeing it rise above the horizon without being perpetually enshrouded in clouds. This is wonderful and lovely, and it is flippin' cold. And it's morning, and you guys are awake. Or whoever
I
needs to
wake
up.
everybody up except Risha.
Sorry.
Risha.
What? Huh?
Morning.
Oh.
And I'll let Risha sleep in so she can wake up when the breakfast is ready.
Excuse me, I have to figure out something, and he will turn to his notepad book with probably a good third of it filled with attempts to jot in the new celestial concept into the map, utterly failing and just pouring through and trying to figure it out.
None of these sparkling lights that you see in the southern sky are where you placed them last night. Everything has moved. It's all different. And yet, it's the same. It's the same general area. It's the same general shape. A ring, perhaps, if seen on its side in the distance.
I'll just keep trying to fill pages in my notebook. Oh, he's frustrated.
Who is looking through what Anya left? Because Raja didn't take it with her. It's just sitting there kind of in a pile where she was. Or are you guys just going to leave it there?
Take a look.
Elros is going to take a look? All right.
Yeah.
You find a rapier, obviously exceptionally well crafted, with a full basket hilt, and some sort of writing that you don't recognize across it. There is a heavy fur cloak, that is lined on the inside with the scales of a ice hydra. There is a basketed dagger as well. Again, in like scribed with runes of a written language you do not understand. Set of pretty normal leather armor, loot, a cape that is tattered and worn and yet still perfect in its manufacture. It is manufactured to appear to be tattered and worn. And a bag that, if you reach inside of it, appears to have nothing, despite the fact that you know you have watched Anya place things inside of this bag.
You probably
Okay.
have to. You probably have to attune to it. Zari says.
Oh, so it's magical.
Yes.
Oh, I
Okay.
think I have heard about these bags. Did I see Anya put something in?
Yes. Many times.
Like, name an item.
Sleeping bag.
Yep.
Then I will just think of the sleeping bag, reach in, and try to pull it out.
You easily grasp a hold of the cloth of a sleeping bag and you pull it out.
Yeah. It's a bag of holding, guys.
Well, it's a
Haversack.
handy haversack.
Technically,
Okay.
yes. But
Yeah, it's a little more advanced than a standard bag of holding.
Will all of her items fit inside?
Easily.
Okay, I'm going to going to put everything in the bag except for the. Obviously, I'm going to give the notes. Was it a full book or?
There was no notes that you found. A lute, Lute.
Oh, I thought you said there was scribing that I didn't understand.
Sorry, scribing as in on the edge of the blade, both the dagger and the rapier.
Cloak?
There is
right.
like it has been inscribed. In it,
Engravings.
engraved. Thank you. That is a better word for it.
Okay, I'm going to put everything inside. Is the coat too small for Elros?
The cloak? No, it's
Yeah.
not. It resizes. Like you try to put it on and it fits around your shoulders just fine.
Shouldn't we see
Oh.
Shouldn't we see what else is in there?
Feel free. And I'm going to everything but the dagger and the coat. I put in the bag and handed it off.
Okay.
Okay, but we don't know everything that's in there, so if we don't know what's in there, we don't know we can pull it out. So we need to get everything out of the bag and then put it back in there.
There could be dangerous things inside.
Well,
Everybody make an Arcana or History roll.
Yeah, like out of character, can't you turn the bag inside out and everything falls out?
Yeah,
that's exactly what you do.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm asking you to roll for. So
Oh,
Cryo
so no shit.
knows exactly what to do.
I think the haversack is you just flip it upside down and shake it.
Correct.
The bag of holding you turn physically inside out, and the hole is just a hole. You just climb in and
Yeah.
pick through it.
So Cryor and Iberkeet know that literally if you take the bag and hold it by its bottom, and then make sure all of the clasps are undone, then just give it a good shake a few times, stuff will just come out.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah. So in my mind, the haversack really can't be turned inside out just because of the shape of it, because it's like a backpack more than a bag. But yeah, basically same idea. Inside, there is a scroll case, some fine clothes, a crowbar, a small bag of gemstones, a hammer, a holy symbol to a god that I'm going to remember which god it was that she followed in a little while, a bottle of ink and a pen, a hooded lantern or lamp, a set of manacles, a mirror, 2 flasks of oil, a sheet of paper with writing on it that none of you recognize, a vial of perfume, a slug of sealing wax, some soap, tent stakes, a tinderbox, the lozenges mold for the tongues lozenges, 25 tongues lozenges, and 3 torches. I can tell you specifically everything later too. Oh, and there are also 1, 2, 3, there's 6 of you, 7 tents. Because you had tents for everybody as well.
Yeah, let's put everything back in for now. I'll keep on the paper with the notes on it.
Okay. It's written in Draconic, which I don't think anybody here talks or understands. You recognize it at this point, though, because of everything that's gone on.
Does somebody else want anything?
Nah.
Yeah. maybe contents of the scroll case for the wizard.
Yeah, I'm like, do you know what the scroll case? Maybe something useful.
Do you open up the scroll case?
Lumi will open up the scroll case.
It's a map.
Map of.
Well, at this range, it shows you a trail leading off to the west, and kind of the local area.
Ah, magic map! Yay! Good, we got another one of those.
That's not another one.
It's the same one.
Yep.
How did she get it? I thought it teleported back to the house.
I don't know.
Oh, it's the magic map?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get lost anytime soon. Not really lost, anyway.
I mean, when we get to the city, it'll have like writing and stuff on it. You never know.
Right. Should we set off?
Yeah, let's get to town.
Well, when dinner is ready, we wake Grisha.
Breakfast,
Right.
even?
No, dinner
breakfast
was
is ready.
last night. Oh,
Breakfast, sorry.
yeah. Leftover fish.
Hmm.
Food.
Hmm.
Are you up for traveling, Risha?
Hmm.
That's a no. I can help get her at least part of the way into the town.
No, just let Zari handle it. Fireman carry over the
She
shoulder.
looks sadly at Zari and does the uppies arms.
I could do Tensor's floating disc with a bedroll on it, make her comfortable.
That only lasts for an hour.
Yeah, but I can do it as a ritual, so I can just keep it up.
Okay.
As long as I can stop for 11 minutes every hour.
Nah, don't waste the spell. I'll carry her. It's fine.
We can tag team. I can spend some time as a Wuji carrier.
Risha wants uppies. Zari will provide uppies.
Risha, what color is the band that is in your hair now? That is separate from your normal hair color.
Teal.
Teal. So, Risha has a teal streak running through her hair that didn't used to be there. I need to look up what teal color is.
since her
Kind of
hair
a
is
blue.
lavender to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of bluey.
Bluish green.
Yeah.
More on the blue side.
And lavender is purple. Oh, wow. That's quite the contrast. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. You guys head off on the road. It's not very long, and you can see the towers of the walls in the distance, and it's almost frustrating how long it takes from when you first see the towers, like from the peak of a hill, and look down on them to actually walking the remainder of the distance to the town. And
Why are you guys so slow?
the road is cobbled, and so it's still fine, but it's kind of muddy and yucky nonetheless. As you go, every once in a while you can hear, like, until the last couple hours, you can hear kind of the river in the distance, roaring in its own light, and or own whatever. And you find yourself coming up to buildings on the road to that edge of town. Before you even get to the walls, a bunch of fairly well constructed stone and wood buildings greet your way, and there is a small, like, there's like a market, traders kind of set up outside of town, look like, food vendors, that sort of thing. And in the distance, the gate, the main double, like, big gates are closed, but there are guards standing next to sally ports on either side of the main gates. And you see before you the town of Ava, which most of you have heard of, but only Elros has been to.
Lumi is immediately looking for signs of the local druids circles or druids locations or herbalist guilds, any place to find druids mayhaps with the same interest as himself.
Give me an investigation check, please. Nothing looks like, you don't see any druidic markings on anything. Nothing looks, other than like people marking their, like, the fence of their like house garden with some symbology you recognize as stuff that is supposed to help crops grow, or at least that's what people say it's supposed to do. But it's not like, go here for druids markings.
Okay, what are we looking for here? Place to stay?
That and someone with a keen interest in the night sky or day sky or the sky in general, because I can't. That, and I point towards the direction, whether we can see it or not. That is racking my brain at the moment.
If you cross your eyes and squint just right, you think you can see it, but it's like a ghost, or it's like staring hard at something that is too far away. You catch a glimpse and then it's gone.
So Zari takes out the special map and looks on it, and it's like, can you find us a university or something? I'm talking to the map.
There is a marked line leading upon the road towards the west.
Cool. Guess not.
You see several like it's buildings and stuff around you, but yeah.
I'll have to
Other
figure
than
this
that, I
out.
know of a place we can stay.
Okay. Is there like a inn or caravansary or something?
Well, it's still
Well,
early morning.
It's like
Old
6
Crow's
hours.
Tavern.
You guys, it's like afternoon at this point.
Oh, afternoon. Okay.
Because like
I
6
thought
hours
we
of
were
walking.
a couple of hours away last night.
We were 6 hours away.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's early afternoon.
Yes. You guys, following Elros's lead, approach the main gate. And the guards are like chatting jovially to people as they go in and out. And then they look at you guys at your kind of disheveled and road weary form and go, "All right, stop. You're not locals. Who are you?"
We are travelers from the nomad clans, come to seek supplies in town.
Zari, give me deception, but do it at advantage. Because you have the markings. But you're also lying. You I believe almost, but your friends don't look right. Your friends aren't nomads. They're not wearing the right garb. Who are you really?
I go for it, and I'll say I'm a monk and I'm seeking knowledge. So that's why we're here. Well, I am here. We just travel together because strength in numbers.
Persuasion. Although it's the DC is higher because the difficulty's higher because he's more skeptical.
Ah!
But he gets more bonus on it. All right. You're going to have to come with us. Do you have any weapons? She says, looking pointedly at the hammer across Zari's back.
We do. Will we get a receipt for them?
Just need to be peace bonded.
Okay.
Allow yourself to be allow your weapons to be peace bonded and come with me. And he leads you into the sally port and kind of into a side room where a couple of other guards come in holding crossbows but not pointing them at you, and another like a page small lad comes over and peace bonds your weapons and casts a spell on the peace bond as he does it. Arcana?
Ooh, I want to know this.
If you have it trained.
Oh, well, I don't, but
Oh,
didn't
jeez.
anyway.
Technically don't have it trained, but
So
I smell magic.
Lumi, it is the magic is defense. Abjuration. Thank you. Since you don't have it trained, you don't know a specific spell. Eberkeet, you never quite catch exactly what it is. Risha, are you trying to hide a weapon or make it so the peace bond doesn't work?
I am attempting to shove food in my face.
Like, if you have food, nobody's stopping you from doing so.
Yes, but the rest of the party doesn't need to see me eating. Eating means good emotions.
Oh, she's taking it out of Zari's backpack. She's trying to sneak it out of Zari's backpack.
Zari, make me a perception check, please.
Lumi will just side eye Risha.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Gonna be light on supplies.
All right.
I'll side eye Risha and wink at her.
So it's not very long until anything obvious and most things not obvious as weapons that you're carrying on you are piece bonded to their holster is the right term? No, sheath, whatever. Scabbards, yeah. You think with a strong pull you can probably break the bond. But it's definitely not going to be a free action to pull this weapon out anymore. All right, if you would please follow me, we're gonna go have a chat, and the guard leads you guys off into the city. And it's a little early, but I think we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. So thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. We'll be back again in 2 weeks as the city of Ava becomes the peach for the players, or they get themselves arrested. One of the two probably will happen.
Woo!
I hope to see you all then. Thank you everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.